You only get one career. Giants Mac Williamson breaks out after big-time changes. San Francisco, the positioning of the hands, the leg kick, the swing. That bearded fellow who made life miserable for the Washington Nationals this week sure resembled somebody manager Dave Martinez had seen before. He kind of looks like Justin Turner a little bit up there, Martinez said, referring to the Los Angeles Dodgers all-star third baseman. There's a reason for the similarities. Like Turner, San Francisco Giants outfielder Mac Williamson was trying to breathe life into a moribund career when a teammate suggested he reach out to Southern California-based hitting guru Doug Latta. Working with Latta, who emphasizes creating a consistent swing path to produce more plate coverage and loft, Turner changed his offensive approach and batting stance during the 2013-14 offseason, around the same time the New York Mets released him. Turner caught on with the Dodgers 2 months later and has been one of the game's top third basemen since then, batting .303 with an .881 OPS in the last 4 seasons. It's too early to tell whether Williamson will enjoy such a turnaround after remaking his hitting mechanics with Latta last off-season, but so far the results have been remarkable. Called up Friday to replace the injured Hunter Pence, Williamson homered in 3 of his first 5 games to help power the Giants to their first 3-game winning streak of the season. On Monday, his 464 blast to the right center field bleachers at AT&T Park, a place rarely ever visited by right-handed hitters, provided the winning margin in San Francisco's 4-2 victory over the Nationals. The next night, an inning after slamming headfirst onto a low wall pursuing a foul ball, Williamson pounded a 423-foot shot to center that broke a 3-3 tie as the Giants prevailed 4-3. Such instant offense follows a spring in which Williamson impressed the Giants by delivering a 1.061 OPS and 4 homers with his new setup, his hands lower, a leg kick replacing his short stride, then destroyed Class AAA pitching to the tune of a .487 batting average and 6 homers in 11 games. The club had seen flashes of potential from him in the minors before, but they never carried over to the big leagues on a regular basis. At 27, Williamson was in danger of becoming the quintessential 4A player, so he heeded the advice of teammate Tim Federowicz, who had played with Turner in LA and met Latta in late September. "You only get one career," Williamson said. "I felt like the success Justin had had turning it around, and some of the other people who had worked with Doug in the past who had so many good things to say about him, I was at a point where I personally felt like, hey, you can't do any worse. You can only go up from where you are now, so what does it hurt to give it a shot?" Highly regarded for his strength and athleticism, the 6'4", 237-pound Williamson had a proclivity for hitting too many grounders. Giants manager Bruce Bochy referred to it as smothering the ball, which negated his power. In 212 major league at-bats before this season, he batted .226 with 9 homers. During his month working with Latta, they implemented swing adjustments that would alter his launch angle, a popular trend among hitters in recent years, and give his drives more loft. Because his swing was so flat, Latta said Williamson had to make more radical changes than Turner, although they wound up with similar stances. "Mac is definitely going 180 degrees away from everything he'd done before," Latta said. "What you see is his athleticism coming out, and when those moves became consistent, they just dialed in. And they're still dialing in. I'm excited to see who he's going to become, because he'd be the first to say this is still early in the process. This isn't a flash-in-the-pan thing. That's the biggest question with any hitter applying major changes, whether he can sustain them and the ensuing success. For one, major league pitchers recognize hitters' adjustments and try to counter them. In addition, Williamson will have to resist the human body's natural tendency to go back to what it's used to doing, the so-called muscle memory, also known as old habits. It's going to be a constant battle," said Williamson, who sat out Wednesday with a stiff neck. "I've been swinging the other way for 21 years, so things constantly creep back in. I'm watching video trying to tweak things here and there." The Giants, who hit by far the fewest home runs in the majors last season, have gotten a huge boost from Williamson's presence in the lineup. He and Brandon Belt, who has homered in 5 of his last 6 games, have helped the club hike its long ball total to 25, tied for 5th in the National League. After years of failing to stick with the big club, which Williamson first joined in 2015, the Giants believed he needed a psychological breakthrough to make the changes required to earn a permanent spot. They've noticed he's more confident now, calmer at the plate and less likely to let one bad at-bat affect other ones. Bochy noted that many players are unwilling or incapable of remaking themselves. Like Turner, Williamson seems to be an exception. You look at Mac's career and I think he was ready to try something, because he's at a threshold where he's a borderline AAA, major league player and he wanted more than that, Bochy said. To his credit, he went down and did something about it.